Seasonality keeps track of how certain assets trade during different parts of the year over time. Here in our seasonality section, we have three different tabs. We have our overall seasonality scanner, we have our monthly trends, and our weekly trends. In the overall seasonality scanner, we have 10 years worth of data that we're looking at, compiled together to give us an average percentage. I can see that this week, on average, over the last 10 years, all added together, US oil typically trades up 26.74% this week alone. Next week, not so much, but still, historically speaking, over the last 10 years, averaged together, oil trades up 5.61%. We can take a look at next month and this month as well. So this month, oil typically trades up 5.38% in the month overall. And next month, we see something similar, 4.44%. We can adjust our time frame. If you're not interested in looking at 10 years, we can move it up to something a little bit closer. Let's look at 2020 to 2024. You can see that our numbers change, they get updated, and actually, as of more recently, just 2020 to 2024, we can see that these numbers actually go up. Historically, this week, oil trades at 58.65% higher, and next week, it'll trade 14.18% higher on average. The same can be said for the monthly tab. If we want to break it down a little bit more, we can go to month of the year trends. Here, we'll select a specific asset. I'll take a look at the EURUSD. And we can see on both a 10-year average and a 5-year average how they trend month to month. Historically, the most bullish month of the year for EURUSD is the month of December. We can see that on a 5-year average in the month of December, typically it trades 1.65% higher. And on a 10-year average, we can see it historically it trades 0.61% higher. This dotted line here is what the EURUSD actually traded this year. So we can see that in the month of March and the month of April, historically on both the 5-year and the 10-year averages, EURUSD trades lower. We can also see that this year it met those expectations, trading lower both in the month of March and in the month of April, which historically it does tend to do. We can also look at week of the year trends. Here we are also looking at the EURUSD, and we can see each week numbered 1 to 52. We see the percentage either up or down it trades in that week on average. And we actually see the price of EURUSD right here with this red line acting as the year-to-date performance week by week. Each blue bar represents a 10-year average weekly performance and a percentage that either traded higher or lower during that week. As we follow the year-to-date performance, we can see what weeks lined up with what it typically does on average and what weeks look different. For example, I can see that this 3-week stretch here is typically a very bearish time for the EURUSD, and that's exactly what we saw as price began to fall. It then hit this week here, which on average is a more positive week for EURUSD, and that's what happened as we saw the price begin to climb. As we select other assets, you'll notice that the price and percentages on either side change. Let's look at the S&P 500, for example. We can see the price change on the left side to match the S&P price, as well as the percentages over here on the right to line up more clearly with the S&P's volatility.